our project highlight, and I'm going to invite Teresa Anderson from the ARC and United Cerebral Palsy California Collaboration, who is the Public Policy Director, and our friend Priscilla Klassen, the Project Coordinator at the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault. And they're going to tell you about a project that we are working on collectively between the two organizations. And this is about power as well. It's a different type of power that we're talking about today. So I'm going to hand it over, Teresa, to you to kick it off.
Great. Thank you, Jordan. Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is day 2. It's been amazing so far. So thanks for sticking it out with us at the end here. As Jordan said, the subject is, it's a sensitive subject and it's very difficult for people to talk about, but we've worked for a long time to address sexual violence against individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And for a long time, it just hasn't been a public conversation. You know, like I said, people are really sensitive and talking about something so, you know, trauma inducing. So, you know, it's also been a challenge to get really accurate data, and we still have a problem with that. You know, as advocates, we've known for, you know, as long as I've been doing this, that, you know, people with IDD are victimized at significantly higher rates than the general population. But we also have known that the data has been so fragmented and that we really have had a challenge getting an idea of the actual magnitude of the problem. So several years ago, part of the National Public Radio investigative report, it was a 6-part series that Joe Shapiro did. The Bureau of Justice Statistics reported that there's, it's a very alarming statistic that people with IDD are 7 times more likely to be sexually victimized. And we talk about that, that includes sexual abuse, assault, and exploitation. And we've also known that there's a gap in services and that there's significant challenges addressing the needs of individuals with IDD and the gaps in services when it comes to supporting individuals in dealing with the trauma that they've experienced. So we are so excited about this project. I've hoped and prayed for this for a long time, but the ARC of California and the Coalition Against Sexual Assault, although I know that there's a change coming that Priscilla will talk about, have partnered through a grant that's funded by the Office of Violence Against Women. And our project is called California Advocates Leading Engagement, Accessibility, and Developmental Disability Services. And it's really designed to take a hard look at how our communities, you know, haven't been able to really come together and work together in the past for many different reasons, but also how we can move forward, how we can work together and support a wide range of need within the IDD community to support individuals who have experienced this trauma. So like I said, we're really excited to work on this project. We have a real opportunity. I see a real opportunity here to create a culture shift really throughout the state and look at how we can bring our two communities together to support individuals and really look at what community services, what does that look like? What does it look like for everybody to be able to access services equally? So with that, I will turn it over to Priscilla, and welcome, Priscilla. I'm excited to hear your news.
Hi, thank you so much. Thanks for having me, everyone. As said, I'm Priscilla Klassen. I'm a project coordinator with Valor US, which is formerly known as the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault, or CalCASA. I'm actually joining you guys today at the same time as our brand new name, Valor US, is being announced. This is a pretty big day for us. It's a long time coming. We believe that ending sexual assault is possible and requires us to fearlessly assert the dignity of all people. All of us are part of the solution to ending sexual violence, and we all need to find the valor and the courage that is essential to creating a world free from sexual violence. Valor has 40 years of experience working with victim service providers in California. As a statewide organization of rape crisis centers and a national leader in training and technical assistance, Valor has deep firsthand knowledge of the significant needs that survivors have, and as well as the capabilities of the coalitions of rape crisis centers that we serve. We're really excited to be partnering with the ARC of California on this project so that we can ensure that these services are accessible, person-centered, as well as trauma-informed.
That's great. Jordan, I don't know if you want us to take questions for a couple minutes or.
If there are questions, we would love to do that for a couple minutes. And I appreciate this has been a project, this is a 3-year project ongoing between the ARC of California and United Cerebral Palsy California Collaboration, and formerly known as of yesterday of the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault, now Valor US. And our ultimate goal here is to increase accessibility and relationships and competence on all ends so that individuals in the disability community, including families and service providers and everyone else, will be knowledgeable about what rape crisis centers can provide and the resources and support they provide. And similarly, that the rape crisis centers are understanding of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, understanding of their unique needs if they are coming into a rape crisis center. And so we're hoping to build those bridges between the two systems on either side. And I'll just ask each of you kind of one more question before we end. Priscilla, what are some of the, if you were to say what would be the biggest hope you have for this project, what would that be?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm really passionate about working with the disabled community, folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's something that I've been passionate about for a long time. And I think that this is really been a blind spot in rape crisis centers, is that folks don't have the knowledge, don't have the experience of having relationships with people in the IDD community and really feeling like they know how to provide services. So I think my biggest hope is that the rape crisis centers feel like they're equipped to provide person-centered services, and that survivors with disabilities are able to feel like they have a place where they can go to seek services that will understand them and be able to provide services in an accessible way.
Great. And Teresa, how about you?
Well, we've worked in many different sectors on this issue: law enforcement, courts, direct staff, direct support professionals. My hope is that this is one more piece to a more holistic approach to this. And I think that my greatest hope in our project is that we really do identify what the exact needs in our community are, and really come up with a great way to address them. I know one of the things that we've talked about a lot in our partnership is identifying. We know there's a huge range of needs. So somebody with maybe very low language might need a whole different type of supports than somebody who has a lot of language but might have some behavioral challenges. So really looking at identifying that range of need, and helping or working together to create opportunities to address each individual need in a trauma-informed way, for any individual that walks through those doors. So it's really about kind of putting all the pieces together, and hopefully serving the whole person in a person-centered way.
Teresa and Priscilla, thanks so much for sharing this important project. We're excited about where this is going to go, and looking forward to continuing. Thanks for sharing with us.